Today's postcard is from a living Victorian village in Shropshire. Blists Hill is a Shropshire village with one foot in its Victorian past, in an area known as Coalbrookdale, which features places such as Iron Bridge, Coalport and Broseley. Well, we're going to do a Kylie Minogue now. We're going to step back in time, but even Kylie's too young for this, simply because this takes us back 100 years. This is 1897. This is Blists Hill. But, you know, 200 years ago, another 100 years further back, they were ironworking, they were brick making, and they were mining in these parts. And I tell you what, if you take a really deep breath, you can smell the coal smoke here. You really, really can. And they've rescued a lot of these shops from all over the place to bring them here intact, to make it absolutely authentic. The pub over here, for instance, came from Walsall. That's in Staffordshire. Moved it to Shropshire to give us this real feel of a museum. But it's a museum with a difference, because if you go into the shops, you don't have big placards up telling you what's happening. But if you go over to people, they know all about the place, because as far as they're concerned, they're living in 1897. And you saw that God Bless the Queen. That's because it's Queen Victoria's Jubilee. And the pub's shut. Oh dear, take it back to Walsall. Well, Mr. Deavy, the manager, won't know this because, of course, we're 100 years forward from him and we've come back in time. But, Mr. Deavy, you're the manager of Lloyd's Bank.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm extremely well, thank you.
And how long have you had a branch in Blists Hill?
Oh, about 8 years, I believe.
Well, I'm telling everybody, because of course we're in a time capsule here, that you wouldn't know it, but in times to come there'll be great bars and there'll be great windows here so that no one can get into the cashiers.
Bars? Why?
Bars. Well, because people will come and rob banks, and so therefore they would come and take your money.
It's quite difficult to rob a bank, you know.
Why is that?
Well, of course, all we have here, we don't have notes as you may have in the future. We have gold coins, and they're very, very heavy.
Oh, right.
So if anybody wants to come and rob a bank, by all means, I'll hold my hands up and say, carry on. Because what they would have to do is come in here, take all my gold coins.
Yes.
And very, very heavy. By the time they get it outside the bank, I've arrested them. Because they've got no fast getaway, have they?
No, they haven't.
Yeah,
you know, I hadn't thought of that, so I wonder when all of the security came into place. That's something I have to ask.
Well, this is probably when you may think sometime in the future they may bring in some notes that cover up the gold coins.
Yes.
Yeah?
So do you still operate in guineas here then,
Oh,
Mr.
we have
Deavy?
guineas, yes.
Yes?
We call guineas 21 shillings.
Well, what I need is 21 shillings. See, I even remember that, so
Yes.
that goes a long time into
Oh,
the
you're
future.
still a young man, of course.
Thank you. Now, I wonder if I can have a bit of an overdraft, because I need to get into the pub.
Yes,
and
yes.
I haven't got any of the special imperial money.
How much would you like as an overdraft today, sir?
Well, I would think that £2 might do me, mightn't it?
Yes, that's about right.
Yes.
Good figure.
Good figure.
Well, shall we give you threepence, fourpence, fourpence halfpenny, fourpence 3 farthings.
Now, I hate to tell you, everybody, but I was using those not so long ago. And what I find incredible is that here in Blists Hill, of course, the modern Treasury have given this really live museum the opportunity to strike new coins, haven't
That's right.
they?
They are actually made at the mint for us, especially for us. And you may notice, I don't know if I want to go into that, but there's a date on these.
Yes, I can see that, 1937. So you're a bit of a modernist yourself, Mr. Deavy.
Yes.
I can see that. And they're all the way from Birmingham.
All the way from Birmingham, yes.
And Britannia's there, and Queen
Yes.
Victoria, God bless her, may she have a very happy Jubilee.
So do I. I hope so. And may God bless her.
Thank you very much.
And all who sail in her.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Well, I'm into the chemist now, which is very good. Unfortunately, the pub's still not open, so there's no point even coming in here for the hair of the dog that bit me, because no dog's bit me yet. But, you know, there's some interesting things here. This shop originally came from the Bournemouth area in Hampshire. All the fixtures and fittings are still here. And there's even things that I recognise that my grandmother, who only passed away a couple of years ago, still used right up until the 60s, 70s. Dolly Blue, she used to call them. And they're down there, and that was to make your washing look absolutely pristine and white. I'm right there, aren't I?
You are.
With Dolly Blue.
You are, yeah.
And all of the things in here are what I can buy, mothballs.
All the goods
That
you see on the
smell
counter.
of mothballs.
Sunday reminds you of church on
reminds me of my
Sunday.
granddad Percy, when he used to open his cupboard, and the whiff of
Yeah.
mothballs used to knock you back. And also when he was standing next to you in the suit. What's your biggest seller in this day and age, my dear?
Well, purges. Victorians were obsessed with the movement of their bowels. Licorice powder, cenopods, of course. All that
Cleanliness
sort of
is next to
That's
godliness.
Right, of course.
So, have you got any purges there?
We have. We have.
Where are they?
This would be used a lot, you see. Licorice root.
Oh,
This is what he
right.
would make into a powder. You could buy licorice powder and good old cenopods, which we have on the end
Oh,
here.
centipod, yes.
Here we are.
Oh, they look like those things that you see on a sycamore. Yes, sycamore.
Sycamore, or even sycamore.
Sycamore.
yeah.
They do. Are they are they?
No, those are cenopods. Look, you would infuse those, make a sort of tea, and drink those. Usually on a Friday.
So you'll be regular by Monday.
Clean for the weekend, inside and out, you see.
Well, I've got all of this money, which I've got a little loan from the bank here in Blists Hill. So I think, how much would a stick of licorice cost me?
What do you want, the root or the juice? These are a farthing or these are tuppence. This is a pure licorice.
Well, I'll have one of the tuppenny ones then, please. So I've got to remember how I was at school then. That's a penny. I haven't got enough, have I?
You have. You've
Have
got
I?
tuppence there, look.
Oh, I have,
A
yes.
penny change.
There we are.
Don't
Thank
eat
you
it all
very
at
much.
once.
I won't. It will keep me going nicely round Blist Hill. Look at the little pegs, all of these things. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I've got a penny change. I can go mad now. Look at the carbolic soap. Look at that. Look at that. My nan used to put those on a rubber-dub-dub washboard, and she would clean all her smalls with those. There, carbolic soap. Thank you. Oh, look. Well, this is really some of this county's past. Well, this particular part of Shropshire's past. There's the coal mine there, Bliss Hill Mine, bringing up some coal, and just behind there are the brickworks, those big buildings. And down here, which is the High Street, we'll see a real part of Ironbridge and Coalbrookdale. There's a little pig there. Oh, there's your rural Shropshire for you, a Shropshire pig. They always think they're talking to you, don't you? You having a good day down there? Are you? You? Yeah, I think they're having a fairly good day. Down here, you've got, well, it says it all. Ironbridge, G.R. Morton, Ironworks. Well, I've ordered myself some Shropshire blue cheese. That's from the Shropshire Ploughmans for a nice lunch. And I've got here some traditional ginger beer, as it would have been all those years ago. And you could also get Victorian lemonade here too. That's the best. Oh, it's good. Oh, that is good.